morning, FCF. It is day 7 in our journey where we're looking at this concept, the obedience of faith, the way that God often calls us to take some action to authenticate and to catalyze our trust, our faith in Him. And we have this story in John's Gospel, chapter 9. We're in the New Testament today, and it's one that you might be familiar with. John 9 starts out, it says, "As he," meaning Jesus, "went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, 'Rabbi,'" which means teacher, "who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Now, pause for a minute. It just shows what a terrible understanding of God these disciples had. They literally thought this man somehow sinned in his mother's womb to cause his blindness, or that, worse, his parents sinned, and so now God's, giving retribution for that. Terrible, terrible misunderstanding of the character of God. And Jesus thankfully corrects it in the next verse. "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in his life. As long as it is day, we must do the work of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I'm the light of the world." Having said this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with the saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. Verse 7, here's our key verse. "Go," he told him, "wash in the pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the man went and washed, and he came home seeing. That last part. He went, just like Jesus said. He washed, just like Jesus said. And because he did what Jesus said, he came home seeing. Now, it's a most unusual healing. Jesus obviously didn't have to make the mud, didn't have to mix the saliva, didn't have to tell the man to go wash in the pool of Siloam. He could have just simply healed the man instantaneously. We know that he did this at other times. But he tells this man to take some action. Now, it's a fascinating consideration. What if the man would not have did what Jesus said? What if he would not have gone to the pool of Siloam? He was a blind man. He probably didn't have ease of getting there. What if he didn't actually wash once he got there? Would he have received his healing? And would his blindness that he had had from birth had been turned to instantaneous sight? We don't know. But what we do know is that there's this concept again. Our God often calls us to take action to authenticate our trust in Him. And when we take the action that He tells us to take, then things start to happen. Then blessing comes. Then His presence in an intimate sense of His engagement with us starts to manifest itself. So as we close this thought out today, I just can't help but to wonder if there might be something seemingly small and maybe seemingly hard to understand, kind of one of those things where Jesus is telling some of us, go, wash in the pool of Siloam and wash out your eyes and come back seeing. I wonder if there might be one little action that God has brought to our attention that we have not for some reason done, and it's the only thing that's holding back a remarkable breakthrough of God's kindness and faithfulness and blessing in our life.